everybody. Looking like it's going to be an interesting Friday. Alfred's morning foot tapping. Yeah. Hey, good morning. Got this news at 8:30. Should be it's a fairly large news announcement. Let's see. Okay. Morning, everybody. And we're going to get started. Just a quick reminder that this is not financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education, informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. Please feel free to pause the stream and read this. That way you know I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. This is all for education, entertainment purposes only. Good stuff. Good morning to you all. We're going to start out this morning looking at the NASDAQ. And we're just going to state all the facts. We're going to look at the week, the template. I accidentally deleted all my annotations, so it is what it is. But I've got the ones that are relevant and important for today up there on the screen. Coming off of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and the 3-day cycle, weekly template, all those things. So looking at the 3-day cycle, we had day 1, day 2, day 3 yesterday on Thursday. Coming off of the first red day from Wednesday, which turned into, this is the short trade that I took yesterday on the NASDAQ, wound up actually following through. Good stuff. And that gives us day 2 breakouts now in the market. They broke out on Wednesday. They broke out on Thursday. And then now today they broke out once again, giving us that third day of breakouts. Now, whether or not they're going to close down at the lows again today, I have no idea, but I just know that for a fact, we have 2 days of breakouts at a minimum, and we're into that third day now of breakouts being triggered into the market. And now we have this rectangle that is formed, so I've got that up there on the screen. And of course, we've got the, where those breakouts may have entered in, which is going to give us the closing price level from yesterday. Right here. So I could probably put this up there and I could change this to something. We'll do one of these. All right. So we got that up there. Cool. So we can visually see the rectangle. We can visually see the, volume that could be caught down low, or this could just be a continuation of the trend in the downwards direction. Really don't know until we get to around that 9:30 time, and obviously the news is going to show us a lot with this tightly coiled consolidated rectangle that we've got going on. But as far as signal days go, no first red day, no first green day, but we do have 3 days of breakouts, so I've got that up on the screen. All right, US 30 is somewhat similar in that sort of situation where we do have 3 days of breakouts. We have 3 pushes outside of the opening range. Yesterday, breaking back up to the upside and then pulling back down. So I've got my level projected across to indicate or show that rectangle having been formed. This is my box. This is where I want to be trading from. Day 3 of breakouts are in, and we're now coiled underneath of that level. Again, this could continue to go lower. If this is a strongly trending week, obviously that is a possibility or a potential for that to happen. But peak formation low, peak formation high. Now we're trading in the middle in a sideways consolidation. So be watching this as well. We'll go to gold. these, I actually made sure to have more annotations up there, but, zooming out, multiple weeks of breakouts to the upside, and then that pump and dump sort of template where they pumped it up. Now they've started to dump it back down. Looking at this week itself, opening range, 2 days of breakouts, reverse, day 1, day 2 of the cycle. Yesterday was day 3. They put in a peak formation low at the low of the current week, a breakout that may have failed, pulled back up on the inside. Also a peak formation low at the low of the current week, closing above the open. So I've got the first green day up here labeled, day 1, 3-day cycle. Now I have annotated, of course, to make sure to watch out for that trap. I've got the end of day consolidation labeled. This is my rectangle. And now I'm just going to be watching price to see how price behaves now on day 2 of the cycle. But obviously the third day of the week, Friday. Hey, Paulie, good morning. So, of course, just because it's first green day does not mean it has to go up. This could be a trap. They have rectangled consolidation. If it starts to break down, this could be a pump for a dump. Who knows? But that is what I'll be watching. We triggered previous week's low as well, which is really good to see. So now, for a fact, we know this is not going to be an inside week because they've gone to the outside, all right? Okay, we'll go to oil. The oil and the cat. I almost said the oil. What a weirdo. Oil and the CAD seem to be trading very clean this week. The price movements are very nice, and they're not very jagged, and everything looks very smooth. The template's very clean. Opening range, we had one day of breakouts, 2 days of breakouts, and on that third day of breakouts, we got a peak formation high at the high of the current week, restarting the cycle, day 1, 3-day cycle, giving us first red day, a day that has put in a peak formation at the high of the current week and closed below the open. Beautiful, large pumping days into, and also 3 days of breakouts into that first red day. Yesterday, first red day trade on oil, and that gives us the first day of breakouts now to the downside. 1 day of breakouts to the downside, end of day consolidation. Got that labeled, that little rectangle. They made a lower low this morning earlier in the Asian session. And now we have pumped back up towards the high of the rectangle. Do I think this is going to go down? I have no idea. Do I think it's going to go up? I have no idea. I'm going to wait for those timings to kick in and see kind of where we're at within the daily template. Day 1 of breakouts, maybe we're going to go back and punish those people. Day 1 of breakouts, maybe we get 3 levels of rise for a high of day sell, trend trade back down through the low. So we'll be watching that. So peak formation was made at the double zeros mark, 1, 2, and 3. That puts us back up at 75, so we will see for sure. All right. It looks like that we are in a 300 pip box. Now we're at the bottom of that box. This peak formation was made down here. 1, 2, 3 to the high, third level, back down into that first level. So I think oil is another one to be watching. I really like that Friday. We're coming into Friday. We've got a lot of very tightly coiled, wound up sort of things where we've got the the rectangles have been formed and built. I like to see that. Okay, we'll look at the CAD. Now, the CAD was first red day yesterday. Let's see here. Zoom out. There we go. Opening range, initial bounce, peak formation low on Tuesday. That starts the march back up. Day 1, first green day. Day 2, day 1 of breakouts on Wednesday. Day 2 of breakouts. Day 2 of breakouts now puts in a peak formation high at the high of the current week and breaks down, making a lower low. This is day 1 of the 3-day cycle and a first red day. End of day consolidation, low and high. You can see the little 3 push pattern up into the high. So the first red day trade actually came towards the end of the Asian session. Makes a lower low, pulls back. This is now a London session trade, the breakout of the end of day consolidation. Now, I don't know where this is going to go or if this will even be a trading setup for today now that we're into the New York session, but there was definitely already a trade in London. All right, we're on day 2 of the cycle. We've broken out back down towards the low of the week. I'm going to mark off the 100 pip box level that we had a failed breakout at. Excuse me. Do a little zoom out here, and we'll take a look. Okay, previous week's low is all the way down there. And this current week's low, I'm just going to actually put this down like this, about right there. Okay, it looks like we've traded back up into the high of this 100 pip box twice now, actually multiple times. So we're pretty much in this 100 pip box. Cool. What a clean template, though. There's the little ramp to go back up. Definitely one for the binder. All right. Take a look at the pound. All right, this is another one that was a first green day. I'm going to get rid of this 100 pip box. It's going to freak me out. There we go. Failed breakout at the low of the week, or they attempted to break out, basically a false break. They closed back up on the inside. Day one of the cycle, that is a peak formation having been made at the low of the current week. Day one of breakouts was on Wednesday. Obviously, they attempted here. Not to say they can't continue to go down, so I've made sure to include, watch out for that first green day trap. End of day consolidation is broke down, and that's kind of where we're at right now. That's really it. And then the euro, different story than the pound, not tracking as closely as normal. No big deal. Day one, 3-day cycle. Day one of breakouts on Wednesday. Again, that breakout, they close back up on the inside. This is also peak formation low. Close above the open, first green day, looking for that trap, except in a different manner. This is broke down outside of end of day consolidation in a 1, 2, 3 pump back up, and then there's the short squeeze, the higher high, the pullback, and then the explosion in the London session. Basically, the trend trade back up through the high. All right, broke down, went to consolidation, higher high, breakout pullback, continuation back up to and through the high. So again, another example of where the trade may have already taken place in the London session, and my thesis may or may not need to change about whether or not this first green day is going to continue back up towards the high of the week. Not that I would necessarily look to take a trade the other direction, but is it really smart as far as risk to reward to just try and trade the direction on this? Probably not. Hey, Mike, good morning. YD, good morning to you as well. All right, so I think my main focus today, I really like some of these other pairs as well. As far as actual trading setups go, the 3 days of breakouts and a rectangle at the low of the week, yeah, that's something that I want to be watching. Same thing, 3 days of breakouts and a rectangle at the low of the week. Yeah, that's something that I would like to be watching. Gold, first green day. Yeah, that's something I probably want to be watching. Oil, 1 day of breakouts. We're in a rectangle at the low of the week. Day 3 of the cycle, third day of the week. Do I have 3 levels of rise up? I don't think so. But we do have space, to get back down to the low if this were to continue. So yeah, this is definitely something that I should be watching. All right. It keeps me down to only a few pairs, and I know I seem to watch the same few pairs every single day because I do. Typically, the indexes, gold or oil, will give me some kind of setup, especially on a day 3. Some kind of setup somewhere that I can take for 25, 50 or more, and that's good enough for me. So I'm gonna get my screen set up here. I'm going to wait for this news at 8:30. We got 15 minutes to the news. Then it opens up the floor. If you'll have questions, comments, concerns, anything you want to talk about, or maybe you've been confused about, I do have a video coming out tomorrow about first red day, first green day traps. I built the whole slideshow yesterday for that. So I'm really excited to get that out. I haven't put videos out in a while. I've been on my honeymoon and new marriage and all that stuff. So I've been really focusing on family and just spending time as I should. Job will always be there. YouTube will always be there. Trading will always be there. But family, need to focus on that. So really looking forward to getting back to work, though. Getting back here on YouTube. And this week, my first week back streaming. It's been a pleasure. But if you'll have any questions or anything you want to talk about, more than happy. We got 15 minutes till I need to go back to focus mode. Let's see. I've got NASDAQ top left, US 30 top right, oil bottom left. I'm going to put gold bottom right. And we're going to get 100 pip box gone until I'm ready or thinking about taking a trade. And that should be good. Ready to go. Oh my gosh. You know, with this full margin things. I know y'all are kidding. I hope y'all are kidding. I'm definitely somebody who on the bigger, better setups that are, you know, set up in a certain way and they start shifting the market in a direction. I'm all for sizing in, but you know, just going full margin on a setup just because that is a recipe for disaster. Congrats. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Does everybody understand what to look for or why that, you know, obviously I know why I've chosen these pairs or why I've chose these pairs is because 3 days of breakouts, rectangles, low of week. Day one of breakouts to the downside, rectangle. Day 3 of the cycle, also third day of the week. Good. First green day, 3-day cycle, day 1, today's day 2, rectangle. You know, that's the reason I've chose all of these. Maverick, I trade futures, and I've been trading my Top Step futures prop firm account, and you know, just really sticking to their risk requirements and things like that. And I'm about to do the 150 challenge, and I'm pretty excited to do that. You know, I've just been scaling the business as quickly as I can, and I think that 150 challenge seems like a pretty good way to do that. Craig, I think I've talked about it a lot periodically, about how to scale in. I think there was like a few live streams where I've talked about pyramid versus, you know, pyramiding a position versus scaling into a position. I scale into all of my positions. I do not ever just get in full size, because that's in my mind, that's in my method. It's basically me telling the market that it's not going to go back up anymore or not going to go back down anymore. And it's, in my mind, that's gambling, right? I only want to add into winning positions, and I always only added into winning positions. So whenever the trade starts to go in my favor, that's when I'm going to start adding in, because it shows me that, hey, the market is agreeing. You might be correct. It is showing that you're more likely to be correct. Start adding in some size. Once it explodes, maybe adding in some more, and then going to break even. And then if it is a larger move that I feel comfortable on a pullback, maybe it's a shallow pullback, I get a W in an engulfment, you know, I can start scaling, or not scaling, but pyramiding that position further, where if I add more positions to that, I'm going to stay at break even. So however much I add to that pyramid, I'm going to make sure that the moment I click that button, I drag my stop loss into break even and put that other stop loss at break even, because I've essentially just over leveraged or oversized a trade. But if I've oversized a trade and I'm at break even, that means I've just oversized a break even trade. So hopefully that makes sense what I just said. I'm not, you know, just adding in more and more and more and more and then allowing that trade to go against me, because been there, done that. That's a recipe for disaster. How do you discern a reversal versus a trend continuation timing in the pattern, the daily template, the daily pattern? You know, for example, if also the 3 things that markets do, right? So if we have 3 days of breakouts and they break out of this rectangle to the upside after working the low of the week in 3 pushes, then there's a likelihood of a peak formation low at the low of the current week, breakout, pullback, and a continuation pattern. Opposed to if they're working the high of the day, let's say they pump it up 3 levels and go into consolidation, and then 9:30 opens. You know, there's a probability that it could be a trend trade. So we will see. It's about the timing and the timing at which the pattern has formed, right? So if there's a certain pattern that has already formed, leading us into 930. 930 is a 1, 2, 3 to the high or 1, 2, 3 to the low. That's the things that I want to pay attention to. Gold. Let's see here. Yeah, I just had to change my. Hold on. Let me pull it up on my other thing here. Yeah, I know gold just had there was a contract change, I'm pretty sure. They gave me the little alert. Yep. Should be, I think, what is it? GCQ 2024. Yeah, hey, so TR, well, I don't know how you're doing your charting, but on TradingView down at the bottom, there's going to be that little like purple symbol, and it'll tell you that the contract is switched. But I'm pretty sure you could just stay on. Hold on, I don't want to speak crazily here. Because whenever I click on the like on my watch list, for example, I don't click on the specific contract that we're in, if that makes sense. I just click on gold futures, and it'll put it up there for me for whatever. Like it's like the all around contract where it just automatically changes it for me. Yeah, the continuous contract. Thanks. That's the word I was thinking of, and it just wouldn't come to the tongue. All right. Any reason why you prefer futures over CFDs? I had been suggested to, or just told that I should try out futures, and I did. That was the first thing that I tried after the whole MetaTrader going down in the U.S. ordeal, and I found that I really liked it. So, I actually haven't really ever looked into CFD stuff, whether or not doing that in America, if that's. I really don't know. I'm not educated on that at all. I did my research into the futures, and before I had done my research into Forex, and that's why I was trading Forex. And when I kind of looked around to do the switch, I did my research into futures and was like, oh, that sounds good. Well, there you go. That would explain why I don't do CFDs then. Hey, Mohammed. NASDAQ is on top left. US 30 is on top right. Oil, West Texas, is on bottom left. And then gold is bottom right. Yeah, I've noticed that. Futures. And also with the futures, not only are the, everything you just said, but if you go look at the prop firms for Forex and look at the cost to get one of those accounts, and then you go look at the cost to get the same amount of money on futures, the price for those accounts is like quadrupled for Forex, which is also was a reason that I was like, well, I can pay $50 or whatever and get a $50,000 account, or $150 for $150. My risk to reward on that seems pretty good. So compared to Forex, where you got to pay like $1,000 for that kind of stuff, it's kind of crazy, a little bit wild, if you will. I think for Top Step, I paid $49 for a $50,000 account. MU. And then for a $150,000 account is $150, I think, or $149 or something. The spread for futures is like nothing. It's pretty much razor thin. Here. Also, I want to make this very clear. I am not sitting here telling you all or trying to advertise to go use the same futures account that I use. I'm not affiliated with them. I'm not affiliated with anybody. I'm just giving you all my own, personal experience. What am I doing? Hold on. There we go. Symbols. There we go. They're on NASDAQ. There's the spread. When was the last time you took a trade? I took 2 trades yesterday, Bowser. And I took them here on the YouTube live stream. Let's see. Gold is usually one with a larger spread, right? So we can take a look at gold as well. Let's see. There's a spread on gold right now. And that's in the pre-market, 830 or whatever. That's still pretty small. If you go look at like forex.com or something like that, your spread is going to be enormous. Okay, we're about to come into that news event. I need to get back, pay attention, and stop goofing about. If my computer would stop lagging, that would be phenomenal. Just absolutely immaculate. Hold on, what have I done here? There we go. Dang, my computer does not like what I'm doing lately. So yeah, the max loss. So once you get funded, and your account goes positive, your max drawdown is just $0. If you've made $1,500 and then you lose $1,500, that's how you blow the account. That's for a 50K account, but I really like the rules. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I really like the rules for Top Step. But anyways, sorry. I need to go back and let's pay attention here. Okay, first 1 minute bar has exploded outside of a range. No, I'm not taking trades right now, by the way. I'm just gotta get logged into my broker and right. Boy, gold was really coiling. But I think that the indexes look a lot more clean right now. Okay, we're 2 minutes after the news. Gaza, you have to pay the monthly payment on Top Step until you pass, and then you have to pay a one-time activation fee, and then after that, that's it. You know, you don't have to pay the monthly fee anymore or anything. So if you pass, if you just pass the challenge in the first month, then it is what it is. Yeah, no worries, Gaza. No worries. Hey, so thinking about the news, right? Need a larger setup in play before I'm allowed to take a trade based off this. We've got 3 days of breakouts. That is the larger template. It's day 3 of the week, Friday. And we've exploded outside of the range on day 3 after a tight coiled consolidation. So I'm watching. I'm waiting. Does that mean I'm about to take a trade? No. But the news has performed in a certain manner that tells me there may or may not be a first bounce. Or there may be a first bounce, excuse me. May or may not sounds very cryptic. Okay, new 5-minute bar just opened. The previous bar, I think on most, is going to be an engulfment. Yep. Okay. Gold indexes, all 3 are an engulfment to the upside. First bounce would be a continuation, Ficos. And that is if it presents in a certain way that I feel comfortable. 7 to 15 minutes after the news. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, where did that come from? Said the euro did? Let me take a glance. Yeah. Thanks. Appreciate it. The NASDAQ might have been a first bar entry. Literally no pullback for me to climb in. Okay, we're 7 minutes after the news. That means we're 7 minutes into a 15-minute bar. Martin, yeah, I'm going to be streaming pretty much every single day that I'm not teaching a webinar. So if I'm not teaching a webinar, I'll be here on YouTube. And honestly, I'm probably going to start teaching less webinars, maybe doing just one a month or something. Andrew, I'm not based off news numbers. I don't really ever trade like that. I'm just going to trade what I see. But yeah, waiting for 9:30 might be. It could be the best option for me. So we'll see. Okay, we're about to open a new. This is the second 5-minute bar after the news. And it's about to open. Okay, gold, that 5-minute bar is about to turn into a pin hammer. That's where the bar opened. They traded down in a 1, 2, 3, new 5-minute bar. This all just turned into a pin on that 5-minute bar. Yeah, GS, the way that they're trailing up like this, if this were to go vertical to the upside, I mean, it is what it is, but I am horrible at getting in when it's doing this. It could continue to rip to the upside at this point. I'm just going to be stuck, and that's okay. Oh, we just hit previous day's high on US 30. Okay, good. And then the NASDAQ. We got a bit to go. Okay. Hey, Space. How you doing? Okay, new 5-minute bar was right there. That's the open of that bar. No, so the webinars, I've actually got I have a full recorded webinar on the boot camp. So like if you don't have time basically to do one or the other, I have a full recorded webinar on the boot camp. So you go through all the PDFs, you go through all the quizzes, you go through all the homeworks. Of course, you can always send me questions and things like that. And then at the very end, you can do a full webinar and just watch the recordings. I think that boot camp is set up really well. I guess I'm a bit biased because I'm the one that made it, but from all of the feedback I've got from it, everyone seems to really like it, so I'm happy with it. Do I backtest during the weekends? On the weekends, what I'll do is I'll get a collection of all of the templates for the week, and I like to put them in a folder. Not really for backtesting, but just more for, charting practice, charting purposes. Just try and keep getting better. Hey, I appreciate that, Fibro. Glad you like it. Okay, so we're 45 minutes. We're about to be 45 minutes into the hour. Whoever bought the NASDAQ, good on you. At least right now. That definitely looks like a day 3 parabolic. Me personally, I just wasn't able to get in because of there was no pullback, right? There was no first bounce. I just had to sit there and watch it go. Yeah, I think gold's first bounce was good. Whoever just took that, good stuff. Day 3, who said that? Ficos, the NASDAQ was day 3 of breakouts, and it's also day 3 of the week, Friday. Third day of breakouts, rectangle, low of week, parabolic reversal. What are the signs and the symptoms? Peak formation high, peak formation low, parabolic channel. The news goes vertical, outside of a range. Signs and symptoms. A plus B equals C type of thing, if you know what I mean. John, if you just use the 100 pip box, that can give you some targets. You can also just do look at consolidations. So you could look at, this rectangle. that'll give you some targets. It's really up to you. You can look at previous traders; they're in the money. You know who sold where their stop's going to be. Um, well, if I was going to take a gold first bounce, I should have taken it on the W down here. 840. So this would have been 15-minute or 5-minute bar, 5-minute bar, new 5-minute bar opened, pin hammer, engulfment to the upside, 1-minute chart, continuation. Which is exactly what I was saying too, but I stopped paying attention. So the little 1, 2, 3 down is exactly what I said earlier. And then the way that this bar closed, turned this 5-minute bar into a pin, new 5-minute bar open, traded down aggressively, made a higher low, making a W, and then the engulfment up. John, good stuff. 23, you say 2360? Let's take a look. See, one full expansion would put us at just above 50, but of course, don't let me say anything. I'm not sitting here trying to convince anybody of anything for sure. Good stuff. So you're at least locking it in on the way up, John? Good deal. I think it seems really complex, Maverick, because it's like all the different types of days. Where it's like, oh gosh, day 1, 2, 3, day 1, 2, 3, day 1, 2, 3. But once you understand that each one of those just has an associated setup to it, and then for me personally, like I like putting the considerations on there of, yeah, it could be a day 3 here, but it could be a day 3 something else, and it's like, well, which one should I be looking for? And oh, okay, well, where am I at within the week, and what is price doing? Like for example, I said it this morning. Like this makes sense. 3 days of breakouts, a large rectangle at the low of the week, and an explosive move. Oh, okay, well, yeah, there's a lot of great trades today already, which always throws me off in the first hour, and that's okay. Yeah, they bark at everything. Love them though. Boy, this looks mighty parabolic. I wouldn't mind seeing how the new hour opens up. If this is a, as he said, do not come back kind of day, and we're just going to go parabolic through the high of the week, if I can get a pullback, that'd be good. Ficos, yeah, that's kind of sort of how I feel as well. I really like waiting for 9:30. It gives me a lot of confidence that, when the move shows up at 9:30, I'm like, okay, well, there it is, Compared to in the first hour, it's like, am I trading the trap or am I trading the actual move for the day? Seems like. Okay, there's the new hour. Martin. You locked in, Craig? Hopefully you got your 50. Well, I'm having to watch way too many things at once. I need to get my brain aligned. Hold on. Day one of breakouts How many levels rise we up? 1, 2, we're at the 3rd level up. We're in a break out of a rectangle. That's okay. Let's do one of these. Very nice, Craig. Good stuff. Now just go and review what setup you took and get yourself a really good, you know, chart overview of why that trade was taken, and look for it again. Eventually it'll show up. Same exact thing. Wait, John, you're saying you got out of your long? Very nice. Yeah, I got you, John. Good stuff. I bet you that felt good, John. For anybody wondering what in the world I'm doing, there was a first bounce opportunity that was, I think that was honestly picture perfect. Kind of got me feeling like, dang, I'm definitely should have taken this. And that's just on myself. But for anybody who wants to replicate results, all right, first green day, rectangle, news, explosive move to the upside, breakout pullback, 1, 2, 3, 5-minute pin bar, engulfment, W, like this should have been the entry for the first bounce on this. The NASDAQ and US 30, there was no perfect first bounce in my opinion. So what I'm trying to say is now that I feel like I've kind of, I'll say, feel like I've missed the parabolic opportunity. Does that mean I just assume I'm going to take another trade today? No, absolutely not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for 9:30 and see if a better setup returns or better setup presents. Uh, and if it does, good stuff. If not, then it is what it is, you know? Yeah, so I've been doing on parabolic moves, Jay. Whenever a 5 minute bar closes, um, 5 minute bars closing uh, higher, so making new highs. I'm moving stops up when those 5 minute bars close and locking in certain levels. Um, unless I have a different target in mind for a certain reason, like previous day's levels, closing price, or something like that. Good stuff, John. You have a great weekend. I'll see you next week. There was news, GS. So this explosive move at 8:30 was the news, and there was no pullback. It just kept on running. Same thing with US 30. Whereas gold, there was an explosive move outside of a rectangle. All right, breakout, pullback, 1, 2, 3, and then timing. Right, it's about the time. So this 5 minute bar was an engulfment candle up. There's the close of the 5 minute bar. So engulfment bar to the upside. New 5 minute bar opens 1, 2, 3 on the 1 minute chart, and then when they went back up in these two bars, that means that this new 5 minute bar turned into a pin. New 5 minute bar opens, down candle, down, up, down, engulfment of that 5 minute open. So time engulfment, right? For the continuation. And then there's ascending triangle add-on opportunity. It's kind of picture perfect. Waiting on 9:30. We got 15 minutes to go. Space. That is phenomenal. Let's see, where is... Okay, there's that. Are they manipulated? Yeah, I think so. That's my opinion, of course. One, two, three. Engulfment. One, two, three. Double zeros. We are waiting patiently. Looking for something to set up. Either low-hanging fruit or we will see. I'm going to take my daily well-hydrated human being break real quick, and then I will be right back. 30 seconds. All right. What do we got coming into the open? We got 9 minutes to the open. And I've got all kinds of lines up here. It's freaking me out. I'm really glad to hear that, Craig. And I've had quite a few people telling me that now. So I'm glad that I've started doing them here. And I think that me sitting here giving my analysis in live time prior to the session beginning and then watching the things play out, it's not about me, something I really enjoy hearing Stacey say is it's not about being right or predicting or anything like that. It's about stating the facts. What do we have right now? First green, first red, 3 days of breakouts, day 3, whatever, right? Like stating those as fact because it's already happened. It's already there. It's in hindsight, sure, but that's the hindsight is what's setting up the trade for the day. Being able to give you all that, because doing that shows you what to look for so you can know what to look for a setup instead of me doing a live stream and sitting here and being like, I'm about to get in so that everybody can just wait for me to say that and then get in, profit from it or whatever. And then good luck reproducing somebody else's results, instead of building the mindset that you need. I think I had some comments yesterday about that, about, can you please tell us when you get in or when you're about to get in? It's like, no, I'm not going to do that. That is an easy out instead of actually learning what to do and what to look for. Like this is probably getting most people, 50% of the way at least. You watch a few more videos, you get some practice in, you do some studying. If you just watch these streams, then you're at least 50% of the way there, hopefully. US 30 is not going to be an inside day, Mo. And neither is Gold. Gold will not be an inside day, I don't think. As previous day's high, right? Yeah. Gold will not be an inside day. Neither will oil. Oil triggered previous day's low. Teach a man to fish is the goal. Absolutely. You teach him to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime, and you won't need me. Because that's my goal. Get everybody to the point where, you want to hang around just to hang out, cool, but you don't really need me. Okay, we got 4 minutes. 4 minutes to the open. Gold is pulling back towards previous day's high. By pulling back, I don't know if it's actually a pullback. It could go vertical to the downside. So it's silver. It's not one I usually look at. Let me take a look. What is silver doing? Okay, silver's template I think is a little bit different too. Is that 8:30? Oh, that was 9. 9 o'clock went vertical. All right, we got 2 minutes to the New York Open. Wondering if this isn't going to be first hour, second hour, third hour. First hour goes vertical to the high, breaks out. If second hour could be pullback, third hour continuation, or if I wait for that, of course, it could just be a dud, but it's all right. Oh, we're gonna get rid of those ads for you all. All right. Yeah, don't give anything back. If you've already locked in gains for the day, rinse, repeat, do it again next week. Top right chart is NASDAQ. Bottom left is oil. Where am I doing this? There we go. What was my blue line? Well, that was that rectangle that they broke out of. Okay. And they went up, trigger previous day's high. NASDAQ falling off the chart. There it goes. Yep. David, I'm there with you. I am not about to let this movement freak me out into clicking a button. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, that breakout pullback US 30. 5 minutes into the open. I'm scanning real quick on my other screen. We're going to go take a look at the 5:15. Okay. Okay. The pink line's the open. Or yesterday's close. I really don't have any thoughts, Tom. I'm still watching the NASDAQ, this rectangle breakout pullback for a day 3 reversal. 3 days of breakouts. Higher high on the inside. But I would like to find something that ideally, is not going to come back. Really just try not to jump the gun on anything. Yeah, the previous day's high is this solid black line here. And right here. And down over here. Kind of hard to see. I know I've got my... Let's see here. 50. Patience. Patience. We got a new hour coming up in 15 minutes. NASDAQ's on the inside of a 4-hour high and low. US 30 obviously has gone to the outside. They broke out of the 4-hour high. Gold 4-hour high is 9 o'clock. And where's 6? Okay, so the low is down there. I really just want to see, if I'm going to take a low hanging fruit, I want to see people jammed in. Okay, there's a new 15-minute bar. Yeah, the clarity is starting to of what I was looking for is starting to diminish, Nicolo. So I need to step back and reevaluate what I was looking at. Space. See you on Monday. As far as the template or the setup that I was looking for originally, I'm still watching the NASDAQ, but I'm going to watch and see if they jam people into this consolidation. Yeah, UCAD. Oh, I don't know for sure. UCAD was pretty clean when I looked at it earlier, but with futures trading, it's a little bit difficult for me to trade that. The volume traded and stuff like that. Weedos, the candles look like check marks. Yep, Sean, that's what I'm waiting for. Is I'm gonna wait for that third hour. I'm waiting for something that's obvious, something that is just glaring me in the face and telling me, "Hey, what are you doing?" But if that doesn't show up, then I'm more than happy not to take a loss and just, go on about my day. How's everyone doing? Anybody getting chopped up? Anybody getting confused? Telling you, just be patient. Just wait. Wait until it becomes abundantly clear. There's no rush. My hands are blue at this point, right? I can't even feel them. Now, of course, there will come a time where it's time to get off the hands. But until that moment presents, I'm just hanging on tight. Greg, I think those first bounce trades it was good. It was a good opportunity. Everything was lined up. Honestly, I probably should have taken that one, and it's fine. They're numb and you can't type. Yeah, I mean, you all already know my ability to type is frustrating. Sean, 9010 is like you are trading a trading setup that you've seen repeat over and over and over again, so you have a very high probability of success. You're trading the template, not movement, the market, whatever. Oh yeah, gold was a pump for a dump. That news lifted things up. Yep, day one breakouts. 3 pushes to the high. Also the last day of the month. Okay, we got 3 minutes to the new hour. get to that new hour. Let's see, we got 5. It's the low and the high of the 4-hour bar. This is the 4-hour box. That high and that low. I guess NASDAQ wants to fall off the map. It's just broke back down outside of previous day's low. Shake, if you want to send me screenshots, if anybody ever wants to send me screenshots on Discord, it's absolutely, please feel free. I'm still here. I know I'm kind of quiet, but I'm just sitting here waiting for, or to see if, based off the stats that we've got, day 1 breakouts, 3-day cycle, high of day, low of day, new hours just opened, some kind of 3-session, 3rd hour opportunity presents. Three sessions, 3 hours on the 3rd day. Looking to see if that presents in any sort of way. Yeah, okay, that's kind of what I was thinking too. 4-hour high low has created peak formation high and low. Yeah, we got a lot of news next week. A lot of late news as well. Man, that's going to be an indication to be just waiting. that late news is going to set the timing cycles weird. Yeah, Craig. London and Asia next week probably be best. Yep, we're right back into consolidation. Yeah, no losses is still a good week. I took those 2 trades yesterday, and that was fine. But if it doesn't present perfect, and I don't have a very an extremely clear idea of what to look for, then I'm not. Why bother? Why to prove that I can take trades? I mean, no, absolutely not. No thanks. There's a lot of markets in a rectangle right now for the month of May, or in a box in general. Yeah, I think June we're going to see some, just based off the looking at the daily and the things that the market has done as far as the boxes that it's kind of formed, especially on gold. Ooh, I need a drink. Not that kind of drink. I need some caffeine. I'm going to get up. I'm going to do some jumping jacks. Not literally do jumping jacks, but I'm going to get up, walk around a second, come back, fresh eyes, grab me a little sippy sip, take a look, see what's changed. If I'm not seeing anything, then I'm like, hey, that's a parabolic setup setting up. It's going to go vertical for 200 plus pips. Then why is it worth taking? Yeah. If I, especially on a Friday, last day of the month. All right, I'm going to go grab me a sip. Be right back. Okay. Yeah, if NASDAQ keeps breaking down, that's why 3 days of breakouts means absolutely nothing unless they lock in a peak formation at the low. And that may be proving even more true. Looking like third hour reversals back down. Or continuations of the breakouts. Got everybody chasing the long. Market's now reversed. Aggressively back down into the range. We don't have any consolidation. All they're doing is making their run. My pink rabbit has not shown up. What, the pink rabbit? It's just a metaphor for the most obvious. The one that I don't have to think anything about. I just look at it and say, hey, that's the one. What are you doing? Oh, NASDAQ is going off the map. Continuing on with the downwards breakouts. We're at the low of the day. I just clicked into a 4-hour low. On EU. What do you mean? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday breakouts to the downside on Wednesday. And there was a day 1 3-day cycle yesterday, first green day. And then today the long trade started at, let's see, peak formation was made, higher high, pullback, engulfment, 4 a.m. I'm thinking that was let's see here. We can do range expansion from the high of Thursday down to the low of current day. One full expansion has been hit. But that was with the news, of course. Let me give this another 15 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to sit here and just watch just to, you know, I'm not sitting here watching to take a trade. I'm sitting here watching to see if we go back into consolidation and a template sets up better. Shaky, what do you mean? Can everybody hear me okay? All right. No. 3 hour window is still a 3 hour window for New York. Oh boy, goodbye NASDAQ. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. We're in a down moving market. We're breaking out to the downside. It's 3 levels up, probably from the low of the day, which I might have just, let's see. Increments of 50, so we can do 50, 50, 50. It failed in the 3rd level, yeah. All good. Hey, God bless, Polly. You have a good weekend. I still don't have a reason to take a trade. I'm literally just sitting here watching these candles bob up and down at this point. The only one that even remotely kind of has my attention is gold. I mean, NASDAQ makes sense when you think about it. I mean, we're in breakout mode to the downside. We triggered previous week's low. We're still in breakout mode. They've pumped it up 3 levels. Like, it makes sense. But is that my pink rabbit trade setup that I'm dying to take? No, it just isn't present. The presentation wasn't, um, you know, what I would want to see, and that's fine. I'm good with that. I'm at peace with that. Yeah, this is definitely not a not coming back kind of day. Um, yeah, uh, 3 levels of 25, but on oil, that's kind of, you know, it's oil. So definitely coming back day. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, they pumped it up in the first hour. I mean, that's the continuation was convincing for sure. 9:30 opens up and goes vertical, back up to the high. I mean, that how many times have we seen this template where this exact same thing happens except it just keeps going? Perfect rectangle breakout pullback. The only thing I would say is that this is in a 2,000 pip down move. This is the first day that they've triggered previous day's high. And a lot of times, whenever you're in a down moving market, the first time that they trigger the previous day's high could be a trap. Um, Man, I can't see a thing on this chart. Holy cow. There we go. Okay, this is the breakout level here. And extended it so we can use this and this. Yep, Mike, I've been doing these sessions every day. Now that I'm back from my honeymoon, I'll be doing them every day, Monday through Friday. Unless I'm teaching a webinar, I'll just keep on doing them. And then I do have a video talking about first red, first green days and how to avoid traps. And that's going to be coming out tomorrow. And just talking about first red and first green days in general, finding the best ones. Different ways you can identify the characteristics of, hey, this is a great first red day and I should be taking this trade, compared to, hey, it's a first red day, but then the behavior of price on the day just kind of shakes you out and things like that. So, the best thing you can do is know when not to trade the template. So that way, process of elimination, it's like, okay, well, today's the day I shouldn't be trading the template, or today is the day I should be trading the template, and why? What's the why? What's the reason? For me, my perfect first red day is first red day, day one of breakouts, 3 levels of rise. Perfect. 3 sessions of rise. No, that it's just a target for anybody who's short right now. This is a range expansion on day 3 to the downside, and they're expanding strongly, so it's basically an expansion of the entire day's range. And I don't know if you caught how I did the... Crap. There we go. Previous day's low, they've expanded it down. So this is the consolidation, right? You can do bodies to body. It's good, Mike. Good stuff. And it's not going to be like this every single day, right? Where I just don't take a trade. Obviously, I have to take a trade eventually, but I'm very adamant about just waiting for the best one. And if it's not perfect to me, then I think there's more stress involved when I don't think it's perfect and I just click the button anyways, because then it's like, oh gosh, it could go up or it could go down, and I've just clicked the button. That's when you're trading direction, and that's how you know you're trading direction. I like having that some degree of certainty that I'm correct. If you go to a higher time frame, that is a very large head and shoulders on the NASDAQ. They've got volume caught up high. That's crazy. Wednesday. On gold, it was a first green day yesterday, but we've got peak formation at the high of the week, peak formation at the low of the week. The previous week's low has been triggered. We have 1 day of breakouts to the downside, and we've been sitting in this coiled consolidation, failed breakout at the high of the day for I don't know how long. We broke out back down to the downside, and we're coiled sideways. That's what I've got. That's my only thought process on it, but it seems like it is. Um, it's day 2 of the cycle. It's day 3 of the week, and they've just been holding it in this range. Which would make sense, Shaky, coming into the end of a month. Peak formation high, peak formation low, end the month. New month opens up in a range. And you see where that's going. I'm just going to watch it for a few more minutes. New 15-minute bar is about to open. I'm not looking to counter trend NASDAQ. That would be me trying to scalp pips. It's in an expansion mode in a down moving market to the downside. That's a big no for me. It's coiling. Yeah, I'm not doing it either. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's mighty late into the session on a Friday. I'm just going to call it quits. There's no need for me to sit here and speculate, whatever, you know. We'll get more opportunity next week. New month, big moves coming. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have a great rest of your weekend. Get out, enjoy the sun, do some gardening, ride your bike, beach, whatever. Look forward to seeing you all next week. Got that video coming out tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to hearing you all's feedback. You have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.